afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar, AI-powered weight validation for GLP-1 care. It's great to see pharmacy and telehealth professionals here today, all focusing on improving how we deliver safe, compliant, and efficient digital care. As we all know, GLP-1 market has grown faster than the systems designed to safeguard it. With millions of people now accessing these medications online, the GPhC's new focus on independent BMI verification has become one of the key challenges for pharmacies in 2025. Today, we'll explore how FitXpress, our AI-powered verification solution, help pharmacies stay compliant by transforming photo-based validation into a standardized, data-driven process that's fast, accurate, and audit-ready. Here's what to expect in this session. We'll outline the regulatory and operational challenges pharmacies are facing today. Then we'll show you how our AI technology can simplify compliance, save review time, and reduce manual effort. Finally, we'll open the floor for your questions during the question and answer session, so please save them until the end or drop them here in chat. The session is being recorded, and after the webinar, you'll receive both the recording and today's slides via email. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Katerina Galic, CEO of 3D-Look. Katerina will walk us through how technology like FitXpress can help pharmacies meet evolving GHPC's expectations and build more reliable digital weight management workflows. Katerina, over to you.
Thank you, Kate. So please start sharing the presentation. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I see some familiar faces. Great to have you back, and also many new ones, which is wonderful. I really hope today's session will be useful for you, that you'll learn more about our solution, how we position it, and what our main strengths and some weaknesses are. After the presentation and live demo, I'll be happy to answer all your questions. So let's get started. Yeah, and instead of sharing numbers or trends that you already know better than me, because you're the ones living this growth every day, I want to start with a short story. When we first launched FitXpress as a standalone product, we began pitching it to different subsegments. Of course, we built a feature list and ranked what we thought were the most powerful things, like generating a 3D model showing body progress from check-in to check-in, and computing body composition, and a few more. But something interesting happened. Pharmacists, your colleagues, started asking about the feature that we was actually put on the bottom of that list, like the weight estimate. At first, we didn't understand why. Everyone has scale at home, right? So why? And one very kind person for one of the biggest UK pharmacies took time to explain me why it matters. And that conversation completely changed how we looked at the product. Since mid-2024, we've been talking to businesses like yours, collecting requirements, understanding the needs, and learning how to make the product truly helpful. Everything we built since then, every feature, every improvement has been focused on your specific use case, helping verify self-reported weight and soon height. Everything we are doing now is designed to save your time, support your clinical teams, and help you stay compliant. And every slide you'll see today is backed by real conversations, about 50 demos with GLP-1 distributors, where I collected quotes that reflect the reality of your work. Next slide, please. I believe most of you already have a process that works, something that you've built with your teams, discussed, refined. But if everything worked perfectly, you probably wouldn't be here today. Let's look at the visual inputs your users provide. I believe you give them clear instructions, tutorials, guides, but let's be honest, in modern world, hardly everyone reads instructions. So what happens? You get inconsistent photos, lighting is bad, poses are off, clothes are baggy. It's hard to see the body shape clearly. Sometimes the photos even doesn't even match the data patient entered, and that turns review into a guessing game. Your clinicians spend time trying to figure it out, and each case then take longer than it should. On top of that, because the photos aren't taken to a single standard, it's difficult to compare progress over the time from the start of treatment to the next check-in. That's exactly where we can help by standardizing the photo process, eliminating guesswork, and giving your team consistent, reliable visual data to work with. Next slide, please. On this slide, I want to share one of my favorite quotes from customer. We see people submitting numbers that don't make sense with the photos. You can tell it's not accurate, but what do? Reject everyone? As for me, it's a great question. And honestly, between us, that's what the regulator would expect. If the data looks doubtful, you should reject. But we all understand that it's not that simple. We're all running businesses. And while our mission is to help people, we also need to keep things practical and sustainable. Rejecting everyone is not an option. Around 20% of people in the UK don't have even scale at home. They guess. They remember number from a year ago. And yes, some of them are trying to manipulate the data, to change the data to qualify for a program. Others do it unintentionally. They don't realize the number don't add up. The result is that your clinical teams deal with the inconsistent, unreliable data that slows everything down, and this is exactly where our product fits. By providing an objective, data-driven way to check and verify what patients submit, so your team can make decisions faster and more confidently. Sorry, guys. Next slide, please. Now let's talk about regulation. Recently, GPhC started taking action against pharmacies that don't properly verify patient weight and height data. So this is no longer just a recommendation. It's now being enforced. Regulators expect objective, verifiable data, not just numbers patient type into a form. They want clear proof that each prescription is based on accurate, traceable information. That's why pharmacists are now adopting digital tools like FitXpress to verify BMI automatically, store evidence, and provide an audit trail. And this isn't just about compliance. It's also about trust. You can show that your process is consistent, transparent, and built on real measurable data. That's what regulators and your patients expect today. Next slide, please. So what do we have? Review times grow from 4 to 6 minutes per case just to check quality. Multiply that by thousands of patients, and suddenly you need a much larger clinical team. That leads to slower onboarding, slower approvals, and more frustrated patients. At the same time, all this data is being stored in your CRM or medical record system, and roughly 80% of it ends up inconsistent. Not wrong on purpose, just inaccurate. And one of the quotes that really stuck with me says it perfectly. It's not that the process doesn't work. It just built for 10 patients, not 10,000. That's the real issue. The process works, but it doesn't scale. As your business grows, the workload grows, and so does your compliance risk. We understand that, maybe not as deeply as you do, but enough to build a product that helps you handle this growth by automating verification, improving accuracy, and keeping your compliant at scale. Next slide, please. So here are two quotes that I would start with telling about the product itself. So there is a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. So we are, I mean, you are exploring multiple approaches. We see FitXpress as a valuable part of that mix. It's a quote from one of our current customers. So others are saying that they're testing something, but the output is doubtful, so the process is slow down everything instead of improving it, and etc. But I believe that this first quote is actually reflects and is our positioning. So we do not replace clinical teams. We do not replace any medical records. We are just part of that mix to help to optimize your operational processes. Next slide, please. So how it can be integrated into your process, what FitXpress can give you, and what you could expect from the product. So first of all, no site installs. So the whole process that technically consists of two components. One is a camera flow that fully covers interaction user with the camera. So everything will be could be seamlessly integrated into your patient journey. It can be customized. It can work for web-based or mobile applications. So technically, we are ready for any type of integrations. So a very important piece, it's our voice guidance. So while a user is standing in front of the camera, we recognize the pose and provide corresponding voice instructions. So you will see how it works. But in fact, our real-time pose validation ensures a single standard in terms of the pose for all the photos. So the processing itself in general takes like from 30 to 45 seconds. Usually it's closer to 30. The level of accuracy that we support for weight estimate is within 3.5%. So that means that average error will be within 3.5% if a user follows our requirements. Like the requirements for the clothes is important. I will cover this a bit later. So actually, right now, so we developed our own clothes detector. It detects bagginess of the outfit for both separately for the top and for bottom, and we flag it. That is included in our API response. We generate a 3D model. We compute 80 body measurements. We compute body composition data. So this is some information that theoretically can complement a patient profile. We visualize body progress between check-ins. So you'll see how it works. And all the data will be transferred instantly to your system via API. A couple of words about our technology. So we are a mobile body scanning company. The company was founded in 2016. Since that time, we developed our own mobile body scanning technology, which is proprietary and patented. So 2 photos front and side, gender and height are mandatory fields. Weight is optional, as we can estimate weight. And in less than 45 seconds, we compute everything, like a weight estimate, a 3D model, like, and all the data that our product is capable to compute. Next slide, please. So how is like the typical user journey looks like? So we have tutorials. We have a few options, a few versions of the tutorials that technically you can take and use, or you can customize. So it's up to you. It's custom. So it can be customized based on tone of voice, how you talk to your audience, or some other colors, whatever. So tutorials, it's a separate piece. Then we have gyroscope that helps avoid any angles. Then while user is standing in front of the camera, we are guiding them until they pop in the right pose. Up to 45 seconds, all the data will be delivered to your system. Next slide, please. And please start the video. Yeah, so we start with the visual tutorials, animated ones. But again, this piece can be customized or replaced with your own. We just recommend to save the same content, like explaining to user like what's going to happen, what they need to do, and what they expect to do. So this is the gyroscope. And where is the sound? You are muted. That's why there is no sound.
Do you hear it? Oh.
So you can see, like, we are showing this skeleton, and we are providing corresponding voice guidance. I don't know why we can't hear those. Please stop sharing. I will be sharing my screen. Okay. So I recorded this morning. So you'll see that I'll try to stress test it a bit, trying to show you like what we can recognize and how we what kind of voice instructions we provide correspondingly.
Unfortunately, it seems like there is still no sound.
There is no, I can hear it. Okay, so then I will tell you. Oh, it's really weird. I don't know why it doesn't translate for the audience. So we provide corresponding instructions. So, and following these instructions, I'm changing my pose. The same logic works for the side photo. So the photos, once a user takes the right pose, with a camera captures the photo automatically. So just a few examples about the accuracy of the weight estimate. So as you can see here, like we have like ideal conditions or not, let's say ideal like real world conditions, and you can see that average error margin between the actual weight and predicted weight is like within 3.5%. Another feature that we started working on probably 2 quarters ago is clothing detection. So the idea behind this feature is to recognize the bagginess of the clothes separately for top and bottom. We are doing this separately because we'd like to guide user accordingly, just not saying like you need to go and change, but giving what exactly a user needs to change, either top or bottom or both. So it works through the set of the coefficients based on which we can make it softer or stricter, depending actually on the requirements and expectations from the accuracy. Right now it's implemented on our backend. So already if you are using FitXpress, you can collect this information through our API response. Right now we are collecting data in order to create and develop and implement corresponding experience at the front end. So how we're going to notify a user, what we're going to say, and etc. Of course, these pieces, like in terms of the tone of voice, can be customized. How it's aligned with the GPhC expectations. So we are helping users capture photos in real time. So real time, it's important here. So actually it removes an issue when users are uploading photos from the past, or they uploading photos with filters, or changed by some artificial intelligence and etc. All those they are using, and you know this again better than me. So your clinical team receives a standardized photos captured in real time. So our AI analyzes photos and generates a precise data set with estimated weight. FitXpress calculates two BMIs. One is based on the self-reported weight, because during the onboarding process, while filling the questionnaire, user provides their weight, and another BMI value based on the weight that we estimate. So technically, it can flag the mismatch by EMI tiers, and lets pharmacies quickly spot doubtful cases for further check. So if your process presumes that for some cases your clinical team proceeds with a video call, so actually we can fit into this process. So clothing type includes to complete the clinical picture. All data instantly sync to your system via API integration. Data protected with the end-to-end encryption and strict minimization. So we do not process any personal data or identifiers or anything like that. So, and right now we are working on a simple dashboard that will allow to download kind of expert evidence pack showing inspectors how FitXpress safeguards confidentiality and traceability. So this dashboard will make us aligned with the regulators' requirements. Here's some puzzle of questions and answers, like do we store photos? We do not. We have two options. Both we propose to our customers, so we can delete photos immediately or after 30 days. So actually, sometimes our customers, like they have a choice to choose between two options. So all data is stored with Amazon with the mandatory server-side encryption. We do not process user details or any other personal identifiers, anything. So all these data is storing at your end, so we don't even touch it. So what else worth mentioning? So we maintain HIPAA compliance and GDPR compliance. So we are compliant with both. So actually, so there is so much to read. the webinar, like the purpose of this webinar is not just to read the information on the slides, but we can address all the questions that you might have in terms of the privacy, security, data storage, and etc. So how we comply with the MHRA requirements. So we developed and designed our solution to support your practice, but not to replace it. So our solution is functioning as an advanced informational tool, delivering accurate metrics for preliminary assessment purposes. So we do not replace professional medical evaluation and clinical decision maker. So we could be a part and a piece of a collaborative approach, aligning technological insights with established clinical protocols and professional oversight. So if some new requirements will be arised, we are open to review those, and we'll be trying to find a way how to get closer to the requirements that are like important for you. Integration, as I mentioned, we are ready for any type of integrations. So we have API, all the documentation, and we have a few types of SDKs for both mobile, iOS and Android. And also we have a camera SDK in the form of web component that makes our solution platform agnostic from the integration standpoint. So we are always ready to share our documentation, our kits. So by request, we can provide you with everything. If your engineering team would like to explore it, to estimate kind of effort that would be needed for the integration and to all these kind of questions. We fully support during the integration. We are always open to any comments or suggestion on changing our user experience, such as voice comments. So right now, the voice comments that we have, it's already, I don't know, like probably 5th iteration. So we are always improving after we receive a new bunch of comments from our new customers. Before we start with the questions and answers, I would go through the demo. Just a second. I will show you like all the capabilities of the product using our standard demo page. We have 2 demo pages available. For your businesses, we usually provide second type, not this one. And again, I will, together with the webinar link, will share with you the demo page version that will allow you to test our weight prediction feature. Like everything, user experience and accuracy as well. But this demo page shows all the capabilities of the product. That's why I prefer to show you this one. So 2 photos, front and side. Here I just uploaded mine, but our camera SDK, camera flow, actually captures 2 photos, and these photos can go directly to our API. Our API processes the photos in 30 seconds. Like height and gender are the mandatory fields. Weight is optional. Age, we are using age for one of the formulas that we compute. It's for us actually to generate a 3D model and compute everything. Age is not important. So in 30 seconds, we generate a 3D model. We compute 80 body measurements. So we measure whole body, starting with the neck to the wrists and to the ankles. Also, we compute 2 BMIs. Here is only one calculated based on the self-reported data. But on a backend from our API, you'll receive 2 together with the estimated weight. Also, we compute BMR, fat percentage, lean body mass, and fat body mass. So kind of a set of body composition data. And 2 features. One is like my future body. So based on my current scan, by entering my desired weight, so FitXpress generates my future body, how I will hopefully look like when I achieve the weight I'd like to achieve. And body progress feature. So again, my photos, I'm a guinea pig in the company. So my 2 photos, when my weight was 76 kilograms against 63, which is my current. And this feature actually, and the way how we show this, as for me, the best visualization of how our technology works from the 3D model generation standpoint. So this is 3D model of my body when my weight was 76. This is my current state. And this is how we visualize where I lost weight the most. If at the same time I would gain some weight, so we would highlight it on a 3D model, which like from yellow to orange colors, depending on the how much weight and volumes I gained. So I will be happy to share with you the our demo pages. Probably I will share with you both. So and you'll be able to test everything. Because all the mobile body scanning companies, all the vendors can tell you on webinars or demos whatever they'd like to tell, but always the best way to touch the technology, to test the product, to understand how the user experience looks like, is to touch this by yourself. So actually we can continue with your questions. Guys, let's go ahead. Kadir, great to see you.
Hi, Katrina. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. What about you?
Yes, very well, thank you. Let me turn my camera on. I'll put my
Oh, thank you.
So, yeah, just really clear question is in terms of costings. I can see, I mean, by the way, fantastic work you've done. So congratulations on everything you've built.
Thank you, Kadir. Yeah, costing. So we have different packages that includes different number of requests. And the cheapest package, the smallest one that covers 1,000 requests per month, costs $1,000. Guys, I'm really sorry that I'm saying about dollars, but we are the US-based company, so I believe that about 750 pounds, something like that.
Right.
So for the smaller volumes, smaller amounts, you can think about 0.75 pounds per request. So if you need higher volumes, so we have some tiers, but I prefer to tailor the package. So because we can play with the monthly limits, we can set up annual limit instead of monthly one to give you more flexibility between seasons, for example, because I believe there is some seasonality in this business. It's like I don't know, probably I judge by myself because I'm always trying to get some weight before summer, you know. So you can start thinking from this level, but for higher volumes, we can seriously go down for the cost per request. So, and it includes like 1 month free integration period. We support for free. We can replace voice commands for free. If it goes with the tutorials, we can discuss, because we outsource this part of like visual creation. So we are paying for that. That's why probably we need to share this cost if you'd like to replace the tutorials with yours. But actually, the product designed in the way that you can replace, you can put your own tutorials, and we'll even don't know about that. So, but if you'd like to collaborate with us more on this integration stage, so we are happy to do everything that you believe will make the process ideal for your needs.
Thank you.
Guys, any other questions, further questions? Yes, sir. Yes. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm just gonna ask for a repeat of that because I missed the first part of the answer. Am I correct in understanding it's around about, did you say $1,000 to kind of set up? If you can just repeat the first part. I know you mentioned it's
Absolutely.
0.75
Yeah.
pence
Yeah.
per.
Yeah. We do not charge for setup. We are giving 1 month for free for the integration. We support for free. We have different packages based on the volume you need or you will need. So, and the cheapest, the smallest package costs $1,000 for 1,000 requests per month. So, and then if you need like 5,000, like cost per request goes lower. So that's the logic.
We can negotiate that. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to double check if I've understood that correctly, but no, that's exactly how I understood it.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
So I've got one other question. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can hear you.
One other question. I mean, there was I think one of the areas which was still under development, but what stage are you now? Are you ready to kind of, so if we want to come on board, can we kind of integrate this in our system, and can it be deployed? And how much validated is this from a GPhC standards point of view? So can we rely on the data you provide? That's my main question. I know it's up to 3.5% accuracy, but how reliable is that? Do we still need human intervention in the cases where you said, yes, we kind of within reason assume you're within this BMI criteria, and can we just cross that?
So I'll start answering one by one. So first of all, we already have current paying customer pharmacies from the UK. So that's the stage. So we during August, I guess, we already processed first 10,000 applications. So scans, specifically in the UK for the GLP-1 distributor. So that's the stage.
So these are 10,000 real life patients that have used this software.
Correct.
Okay.
Only so like in the UK alone.
Okay.
So the we have also customers for like GLP-1 distributors in other countries in EU. They are just not facing these regulatory issues, you know. So that's why I'm not for.
When you say GLP-1 distributors, do you mean independent clinics that do telemedicine and online consultation, or are these pharmacies?
Pharmacies, clinics, and weight loss platforms.
Okay.
So that's the state of the product. If we are going about, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So being from the UK, specifically the UK, where you've had 10,000 patients that have kind of used this, have the providers that are whose patients these are they relying on your data, or is this just in addition to what they're already doing?
It's
That's
an
what I really want to know.
it's an addition. That's so we are a software. We can't replace your decision-making process. So we can simplify your life with the good photos. You'll have some second, let's say, like data that your clinical team can consider, but we can't totally replace. It's not our intention. So, but you know, I believe that there is no ideal solution for anything in this world. So like nothing can be replaced with something for 100%. Of course, you'll still need your clinical team to review all the data, but let's imagine how easier that their life will be if all the photos will be like the same pose, like same standard, same scale, so like everything. It's on one hand. And actually, we are selling our camera flow separately. If you'll need only to snap photos, but to ensure that everything will be in one standard, we can do this as well. So if you don't want to use our API to process those, it's also possible. But I believe that set of data, like including estimated weight, something that can really help you to pick some doubtful cases, it can be valuable. And also, so if your regulator will see that you are using some side solution with all the logs, that all the data that, so like you can provide evidence that every self-reported data piece was verified with a side third-party solution. So it's a great plus, not only like manual review.
I completely understand. I agree with that actually. That, you know, if we are using a third-party system that's been validated, the regulators would love it. In fact, you can't just rely on photos. We know that. And I don't know if you're ever going to be in a situation, but do you foresee that the regulators are going to ask providers providers of GLP-1s in the UK to prove that validation, or from us, or amongst the agreement that we have, is there going to be some sort of evidence that this has been validated, or will they just kind of take our word for it that yes, the third party is saying it's validated, so it must be validated? Just trying to cover kind of our backs really in case we get that question.
Yes, it's a good question. So, but I believe that it's unclear for the regulator themselves yet, because actually one thing is to enforce you to use some solutions. I don't believe that when they invented it, they knew what kind of solutions you need to use, you know.
True.
So probably this is something that we can consider as a topic for a discussion together. So and also I'll have more meetings, like in-person meetings in the UK during Giant Health in December, just trying to discuss with you guys. So because I don't know how your relationship with the regulator looks like. I don't know how often they audit you. So is it just a formality, or it's kind of I don't know, deeper investigation of them or by them? So it's something that probably we should discuss together, because if we can solve this pain, so I mean, to close this, to address the question like this, to meet this requirement from the regulator, probably you can help us. What we need to give you as extra evidence, additional evidence that will satisfy the regulator.
Yeah. No, I as you're right, we don't know. right now. I certainly don't know. Maybe some others in the group do know what they're gonna ask for, because they're gonna be excited, interested, curious to see what this is. So maybe it would be good to know what kind of evidence you can provide to us to show them if they ask for proof of validation. Like, I don't know what they're going to ask, but it's probably something to have a think about. What you can provide us that we can provide them.
As a part of how we what we can provide to you and you can provide a regulator with is the all the logs, so that for this particular patient, so here is the request that's 3D look processed, here are the photos, so here is the information, this is how we verify it, this is how it's stated in your medical records. So the log in our system that this particular patient data was processed by us is a part of this evidence, like a piece of this evidence. But I believe that there is something more, not only like date, time, like some ID that is connected to the patient details in your system. So technically we can provide all these logs, so that this particular, like, we don't know the patient, we know that, so you know who is the patient. Our system for every request creates a unique ID, so you put this unique ID you connect to this particular patient. So, and for this ID we have a log in our system, then the data for this ID was processed, I don't know, on the 20th of October 12/13, something like that. So, and this is an evidence that you like use some tool to verify the data. But I believe that it's like probably for now, when now it's like uncertainty and in general, but then regulator will need more and more, you know them.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you very much for that. I think I've asked way too many questions. I'll let others in the group ask.
Okay, but I believe that's the like the most like interesting question for everyone here.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for answering them.
Okay, thank you. Andrew, I believe that you had some question.
I think most of it has been covered, and I think you did cover it earlier in the UK MHRA bit about, for me, it's more the medical device and the impact of that on clinical assessment. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you already have that. Is that correct?
Like medical device certification?
Yeah.
Nope, we don't, because we are a software that complement your process, but is not gonna replace any like clinical decisions. So we can help, we can provide additional information, but we do not replace, like we are not replacing that. That's why I'm like, I have like clear slide on my presentation. After I share it with my team, share it with you, you can see and you can ask more questions. So we are not, you know, in a like blood test in a box. So this kind, or we are not the glucose monitor. For these kind of devices or even software, they need to receive this, like to be certified as a medical device group 2 or any other. We are a software, and we do not replace like clinical solutions, clinical decision. So that's why we are not, and we shouldn't actually.
No, thank you for that clarification.
Any other questions? Okay, seems like that's it. So thank you, guys. Thank you for your questions. First of all, this is how we are learning, how we are collecting and gaining data. So we'll prepare email that will help you, first of all, like to share the recording or to share the presentation and to test our solution. And I will much appreciate your feedback. So, and also on this follow-up email will be my calendar link. So if you'd like to book some time to talk, I will be more than happy.
Is it possible to get a copy of this recording later, just so I can review your presentation?
Absolutely, yeah. And
Thank you.
recording and presentation itself, so you'll have everything to explore and to share with your colleagues if needed.
That's great. Thank you.
So thank you, guys. Thank you so much, and have a lovely evening. And tomorrow is thanks God, tomorrow is Friday. So have a great weekend.
Thank you, Katrina.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Take care,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.